Welcome, I'm Nico Suarez, tech support of Roland Pro AV in Europe, and we are here in Leisuretec and the Tech Zone to make a product profile on the V-600 Ultra HD. So I have here a picture of the back panel that will help me to show you the connectivity we have on the unit. As you can see, we have 4 HDMI inputs together with another 2 SDI inputs. Every input has an scaler on it. So the unit can work in 4K, so the internal resolution for work can be up to 4K, but every input can accept a different resolutions that will be upscale up to 4K. The same goes for the outputs. We have 1 SDI output and 3 HDMI outputs. One by one, these outputs can be working on the native resolution 4K, or we can down convert them to HD in order to have more compatibility with the screens that already exist in our inventory. On top of that, we have a multi-viewer output, but that is the one I have connected to this monitor on my left. And I'm gonna show you, as you can see here, the multi-viewer and also all the menus will appear in this screen. So we have one particular menu, signal status, that will walk us through what we have connected today. So the first thing we can see is on the bottom line, on the output, we can see that we are working in 4K resolution, Ultra UHD, on 50 frames. We can see at the same time that input 2, which actually is my computer that is connected with this still image I just showed to you, it's also in 4K, so that input is not being scaled, it's just being accepted. But you can see channels 3 and 4 is on 1080p, 50 frames, channel 5 is in 720, channel 6 is 1080i. So you can see we have 720p, 1080i, 1080p, all connected, and 4K all connected and working together and being mixed on the unit. But our scalers are not just taking care about the size and pixels of the inputs and outputs coming in and out. We also handle the HDR coming from the 4K cameras or the 4K sources you might have, and also we handle the different space colors out there. So we are compatible with SDR and HDR, and we are compatible with space colors like 709 or BT 2020. Okay, so the mixer can handle these three things. Scaling in terms of size and pixels, but also converting SDR to HDR and all the way around, and converting 709 to 2020 and the other way around. So now let's talk about the composition elements we have on the 600 UHD. We have basically 2 composition elements. The first one can be a picture-in-picture, or a keyer, or a combination of both, and the same goes to the second one. We can have a picture-in-picture, a keyer, or a combination of both. So in other words, we can have, for example, 2 picture-in-pictures, or the example I'm gonna show you today, what we are having is 1 picture-in-picture that I will trigger with composition 1, which is this one here. I can see it on my preview already. Here, I can take it to the program. So that's picture-in-picture 1 coming from composition element 1. And the composition element 2, I have it on a DSK, so I'm gonna do a logo. I have a Roland logo coming from a still image I load through the USB memory here, and I can just load it and have it as a logo on top of all the information we give on the screen. So basically we have these 2 composition elements that are free to you. As always on the Roland composition elements, you can play with the position, the size of the picture-in-picture. You can do zoom in, zoom out inside the picture-in-pictures. You can do odd configurations in terms of wide and height on pixels on the picture-in-pictures. On top of these composition elements, we have 1 auxiliary bus, which is very easy to switch using this top row of buttons. And we are introducing another element for composition, which is the region of interest. Region of interest allows us to take 1 input, perhaps coming from a 4K camera, and spread or share that input into a significant number of channels. So imagine that I'm gonna use channel 1 for that camera shot, and that will be shared to channel 2 and 3. So the region of interest, what allows us to do is to take this signal in channel 2 and make a crop on 1080 by 920 in order to fake that we have 2 cameras or 3 cameras just coming from 1 4K shot. So in other words, I can be switching between 3 different channels that the 3 of them come from the same camera, but they can pretend they are 3 different shots. The unit comes with a very powerful audio mixer as well. Very easily, you have two XLR inputs and outputs on the back panel that you will be able to de-embed the sources coming from the video sources, and you will be able to take the audio coming from an audio console and embed those on the video outputs as well. Anyway, the mixer can mix and de-embed up to 2 channels of audio coming from the HDMIs, or up to 16 channels of audio coming from the SDIs. So it's a very powerful mixer that includes delay by input and delay by the mixing bus. So it will help you if you're struggling with problems with the lip sync. It will just sort it out, and it will help you to get everything in sync, audio and video together. To finalize, we offer 64 different buttons to recall memory. So you can work with the unit instead of operating it live. You can just set different scenarios or different memories that will be recalled with this segment of buttons here. That will be very helpful for you on the live event situation in order to switch between scenes. The unit will be available from June 2019. Contact Leisuretec if you want to know more details about the availability. And if you have any comment or you have any questions regarding the technical specs of the unit, please do it on the comments. We will check them very often and we can reply from that. And of course, if you want to know more about all the products, you subscribe please, and thanks for watching.